It's sunny. It's warm. It's a beautiful Thursday afternoon in Northeast Ohio.
Indeed,
Welcome
it is.
into the bullpen. I'm Adam the Bull. He's Dustin Fox. And this is brought to you by Bet Rivers. As always, Dustin, what's up, man?
Not much is up, man. I'm actually just getting ready. After this show is over, I'm going to get in the car and I'm going to drive to Cincinnati.
Oh, why? Why to Cincinnati?
Do you know what's going on in Cincinnati right now?
Cincinnati Open?
Indeed. Indeed.
I'm actually, did I tell you I'm finally going to Cincinnati?
I mean, you've been telling me that for 10 years.
Well, I have actually had tickets to 2 Bengals games over the last 3 years, and then
Burrow got hurt.
Burrow got hurt both times, and so we sold the tickets. I mean, what's the point of going for the first time if Burrow's not playing?
Yeah, good point.
So this year, I'm waiting till the week of to buy the tickets.
Okay.
But I'm actually going twice, believe it or not. So I already have the tickets. We're going to see the Cubs play the Reds in the middle of September on a Saturday. So I got tickets for that already.
What are you doing this weekend?
This weekend, I'm not doing well. I'm either leaving. I'm doing a road trip either Sunday or Monday. I'm leaving for Chicago. Aaron and I are going to Chicago.
Okay.
We're going to see the Cubs. It depends what happens Sunday because we have a game to play on Sunday, but it's supposed to rain. So if the game gets rained out early in the morning, we're going to drive to Chicago early Sunday morning, go see the Cubs play the Cardinals at Wrigley Sunday, stay for the Monday night game against the White Sox, and then drive back Tuesday. If we have our game on Sunday, we're instead going to leave Monday morning, see the Cubs play the White Sox Monday night, then go see the Iowa Cubs play the Toledo Mud Hens on Tuesday before we come back for the first day of school. But then I'm going to Cincinnati in September, and then we're going to Cincinnati again the first Sunday in October, Bengals Jaguars, because the Browns play Thursday that week, so it works out nicely.
Got it.
Yeah.
Kind of a shot in the dark here, but you have any interest in taking Aaron to the Buffalo Bills game on Saturday in the brand new stadium?
I would love to go sometime, but not this Saturday. Okay. No, we have games. But thank you for the invite.
No problem. That's why I asked you what you were doing this weekend.
I appreciate it. And in fact, you sent a video of your son making a big tackle.
Dude, it's
busted through that offensive line.
It's so funny because I take videos like so infrequently when he plays because you never know if you're going to get something. He plays the line, so it's not like there's a ton of action.
It was almost like you knew what was going to happen going into the play.
It was hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like comment. If you can go to my Instagram, people.
It's on there. Yeah,
it's on my Instagram feed on my story. And I'm like doing like a little commentary as he's like, I think that was his first or second play on defense.
Yeah,
and because he's a starting center, doesn't play the starting defensive line, but he got in there with twos and made a play. Like it was the first or second snap, and I'm recording it, and he literally got a TFL in the backfield and then got so hype after he made the play.
He did one of these. He's like, and then he like kind of what the players do where they kind of bang heads with the other players.
Exactly. I don't even know why they do that, but
it's crazy, but I love it. He was so fired up.
It just makes me happy to see him like out there having fun.
Yeah.
And flying around because this other stuff, football sucks. Like the day-to-day practicing and all that stuff, it sucks. But you get to go to a game and you get to hit somebody and you get to, somebody in a different color jersey and that whole thing. It's a cool deal. So they had a scrimmage last night. First scrimmage, man, tackling was rough though.
I bet.
to start the scrimmage by both teams, to be honest.
Yeah. So what was the final score? Did they win?
There's really no score.
Oh, they don't keep
you're running series. You're running these series, and it's all scripted and stuff like that. It's essentially a glorified practice, but you're taking on a different opponent.
So it's more like a joint practice, like with what the Browns are going to do with the Bills.
Bingo.
Than a game.
Bingo.
All right, when's the first game?
First game is next Saturday.
Who are they playing?
Green.
Do you know who's good at that age? Like just because the team's good.
Here's what you know.
Yeah.
You know what high school programs have good programs, and typically
they'll be good.
If the program's been good for the last several years, they typically have a pretty good youth program, like coming
generally.
up. And then 7th, 8th grade, you're playing for pretty much the middle school, which is a pipeline right into the high school. So
right. That's a very big difference here as opposed to where I grew up in New York, because there is no like
developmental the Pee Wee football is probably few and far between in New York City.
It is, and even there's no like. I mean, maybe it's now. When I was in middle school, and we called it junior high school, but when I was at that age, we didn't even have football in school at that age. It was only you played Pee Wee, and then you played high school. I mean, maybe there was something in between, but it wasn't in my school or some of the other schools. And I didn't play football, so I don't know. I mean, I played with my friends in the park, and we would tackle each other like lunatics,
like on the street,
the
curbs.
Or curbs or whatever, like on grass, too. We play like our neighborhood versus another neighborhood. Probably getting concussions every 8 seconds. But who knows? But no, it was not organized like that. It is good if you're with the right program. It's good that you're getting coached up. I mean, like some of the kids, Aaron doesn't play football, but he has a couple of friends that do. And those kids have been getting coached in the same pipeline since like 5th, 6th grade. On some level,
it's huge.
Absolutely. So, Anyway, that's the deal. But speaking of football, let's talk about the Browns. Finally, an announcement on quarterback, not for the regular season, but the Browns put out a press release yesterday afternoon saying that Deshaun Watson will in fact start the first game of the preseason against the Bears this Saturday night, just 47 hours from now. And that Shedeur Sanders will start the second preseason game against the Bills. Now, remember, the Bills and Browns will have a 1 day. Usually when teams do this, it's 2 days. But in this case, it's only a 1 day joint practice followed by the second preseason game. Sanders will start that game. The expectation is that the Browns will announce their starting quarterback following that second game. So, what's that, 8-9 days from now? So we will know soon. But for now, both guys getting a chance to start one game. What do you make, if anything, as to the decision he's made to start Watson in the first game and Shedeur in the second game?
Well, it'd be kind of weird if you started Shedeur after all the hype this offseason, after Watson's been getting all these opportunities, after we've heard and thought that he was going to give the veteran the first opportunity, first crack at it. And, I don't know. I think it makes the most sense to play the veteran first, the guy that you think can take the job or you want to take the job. Mm-hmm. And then if he falls flat on his face, then it's easy just to kind of like, all right, Shedeur, well, it's your opportunity. Step up and go do it, and he's going to get the second start in the second preseason game, which we know that too.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think this is probably the fair approach when you got two guys. One guy's been in the league forever. One guy's been in the league for a year. And there's been a competition. And it seemed like for a while, Watson was having the better, off season, at least in the mind of Todd Monken, not from what we've seen. But no, it's kind of a nothing burger, to be honest with you. We kind of expected it. We're waiting for this stupid press release. And then I don't know, we care so much, it's the world's dependent on knowing who the starting quarterback is going to be in the first preseason game against the Chicago Bears. It's like, oh my God, it's enough.
Well, I just think it's a big story because it may be an indicator as to who the plan is to start week one. I mean,
well, I think the plan to start week one is Watson.
Right. And if you're right, and you're not the only one that believes that, it's hard for me to wrap my head around because it just seems like such a stupid idea, but okay, I know a lot of people feel that way, and it's probably the case. To me, it is an indictment on Shedeur Sanders if he cannot beat out Deshaun Watson for the job. And that's, I'm not someone who, and you are too, you're not someone who has completely shut the door on Shedeur being a potential starting quarterback in the league. No. There are some people who are completely out on him. I don't have high hopes for Shedeur Sanders, but I still think it's possible he could be a starting quarterback. I know you do too.
Yeah.
But if he can't beat out Deshaun Watson, that really says a lot, I think, about what they think of him. As I just think if you're Todd Monken, if you're Andrew Berry, if you thought there was any chance that Shedeur Sanders was going to be your quarterback of the future, I don't see why you would possibly start Deshaun Watson ahead of him. Now, I guess they could argue that maybe he got rushed into starting before he should have last year, and that maybe they think it's better for him to sit a few weeks and watch. Maybe, but I know there's a lot of people in the league that think, hey, listen, Guys got to go play. That's how you get better, is by playing. I know Herm Edwards, who you and I have spoken to many times over the years, and I spoke to him in the last couple of months. I can't remember exactly when it was. He said to me he doesn't believe this philosophy that it's good for quarterbacks to sit and watch. He thinks guys get drafted, they got to play. He thinks that's the only way you get better is that they play. So there's a difference of opinion on that, but I believe that it is telling what the Browns think of Shedeur Sanders if he is not the starting quarterback week 1. And that doesn't mean that if Watson starts the season and plays crappy or gets hurt, that Shedeur couldn't come in, play well, and change their mind. But if Shedeur's not starting week 1, to me, it says the organization doesn't really believe in him. Fair or not?
You said if Shedeur doesn't start week 1?
Right. It means they don't believe in him. That's how I look at it. I don't know do you feel the same way or no?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I think there's just a lot of time. And here's the thing. I feel like if you're Todd Monken, if there's ever a chance to get anything out of Deshaun Watson, like if there is some sort of a light switch that can be turned, a light bulb that can go off, what have you, he's going to try to find it because he knows what Watson has done. Shedeur hasn't done it in the league.
That's right.
Eventually, Todd Monken's going to say, okay, Watson's shot, and he'll move on to Shedeur Sanders. It's just not going to happen quite yet, and I don't think it's going to happen until October.
Yeah, assuming Watson stays healthy that long.
Watson's going to play the first few games of the year. He's going to stink, and then they're going to play Shedeur. That's
okay. So you don't think it means they're giving up on Shedeur by not playing right away?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No, absolutely not. I think Shedeur will start more games than Deshaun Watson starts this year, but will not start week 1.
Okay. You think that's more likely because Deshaun plays poorly, not necessarily because he gets hurt.
He's either going to get hurt or he's going to play poorly. It doesn't matter. I mean, I don't want the guy to get hurt. You never want to see that happen to anybody. And the guy's been through a ton of injuries, so I'm not rooting for that. Right. And honestly, I'm not rooting for him to play bad. I just think he stinks.
Yeah. But to your point, and he
was once really good.
Yeah, and to be a head coach in the NFL, you got to be arrogant on some level. You got to believe you could do things that other coaches can't do.
Sure.
And Todd Monken has to think, if that's the case, if you're right and that's his reasoning, and it's not because they don't think Shedeur's any good, then Todd Monken believes he can get something out of him that Kevin Stefanski wasn't able to do. That Todd Monken's saying, hey, listen, this guy was a great player. It's got to still be in there. Kevin Stefanski didn't use him right, or whatever excuse you want to make. I can bring this greatness that he has showed. And you're right. Nobody else on this team has ever been great in the NFL. Deshaun Watson has been. And no matter how long it's been, and it's been 6 years, he thinks it's still got to be in there, and he thinks he can get it out of him.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right. I mean, there is some... I guess it's just easy, and like you said, we all think he stinks, and we don't think there's anything left to get out of him. In fact, yesterday, Deshaun Watson made the comment when he spoke to the media, when he was asked about, could he still be that guy that played in Houston? He said, no. He said, no, I'm not that guy anymore. I'm a different guy. Now, that doesn't mean he thinks he can't play well. It just means he can't be that guy, that exact type of player. Did you hear the comments that Todd Monken made when he was asked about it?
I missed him.
So Monken was then asked, because Watson had said that he's can't be that guy. And Monken was asked, well, do you think he could be that guy? Because he just said he can't be that guy. And Todd Monken says, well, if he says that, that's on him. But I'm not closing the door to that. I think that's still there. So he was saying no. Now, do I believe him? No. I don't believe him. But maybe I'm wrong. I mean, you're saying you think that Todd Monken still thinks he can get that out of him. I don't know how realistic he thinks that is. I don't think there's any chance that player still exists, but I guess you're right. I guess it's possible that Todd Monken still believes that player could be there.
I mean, it's certainly it's possible, but I don't know. It's going to take a lot for him to find that again, and I think that even if he finds anything, it's going to be a shell of what he was at one point.
Sure. Today, by the way, the Guardians game going on right now, and the Guardians had a nice win yesterday. Really need to get this series. The Bats have done nothing. Parker Messick's pitching a great game, but he gave up the only run in the game.
He got out of bases loaded, no outs.
In the third inning. But the Guardians have 2 hits, one by DeLauder and one by Rocchio. That's been it. They are 2 for 17 so far. They're going to the bottom of the 5th. It's 1-0 Tigers. Messick has given up just 2 hits and a walk, but unfortunately they got 1 run off him, but 5 Ks in 4 innings. He's thrown 69 pitches through 4, so he's probably good for another 2 innings. Maybe they get him into the 7th. We'll see.
And he just got an out on the very first pitch, so he's now
did he in the bottom
pitches.
of the 5th? Yeah. All right, good. Got Baez.
Yeah,
so he's pitching great.
Yeah, he's pitching awesome.
But we need to back him up here. They got the bats cooking yesterday. We need to get going. Top of the 6th, you'll get the top of the lineup up for the 3rd time. So hopefully that will get them going. And maybe Rocchio can start hitting because he's been slumping for the last month after having a great first half of the season. But meantime, one other thing I wanted to hit on before we move on from football. And today on UCSS, we were asked the question, what are you most excited to see in the Browns' first preseason game? And G. Bush and Mikey McNuggets put me to sleep with their answers. I said this on the air, so it's not like I'm saying this behind their back because I said this to them there. G. Bush is talking about who the 3rd and 4th linebackers are going to be. Mikey's talking about who the 4th and 5th cornerbacks are going to be. I'm like, why would you be excited to see that? Those guys all stink. I want to see Casey Concepcion and Denzel Boston. I know it's preseason, but I still want to see what they look like in a game with pads, with hits and stuff like that. I know Alex, who's one of our producers for the show, is a big Bears fan. He said he thinks some of their starting offense is going to play. So I want to see because those guys have really impressed at camp. The position battles for backups, I'm not saying it's not important, but it's not exciting.
Correct.
So, I'm excited to see the receivers.
Dude, the 4th corner.
Mike's like, well, those guys all stink. I'm like, how many teams have a good 4th corner?
I can barely tell you who the other corners are outside of Denzel Ward, let alone
Tyson Campbell, obviously.
I know.
And then,
I'm kidding.
what's his name? Miles Harden is their 3rd corner, and he wasn't great, but how many teams do you think have 3 very good corners? Not many. A couple.
There's probably a couple of teams that do.
Yeah, let alone a good 4th corner. I can't imagine there's any team with a 4th corner who's like, this guy would be a number 1 or number 2 on another team. I can't imagine that. But anyway, the Browns have finally spent a heavy investment in terms of draft capital on wide receivers, something they haven't done in forever. And the early returns, and it's very early and it's just practice, so you don't want to get carried away, but the early returns on Casey Concepcion and Denzel Boston are really good. So I'm excited to see these young playmakers get an opportunity against opponents that are actually going to tackle them.
100%.
Or at least try to tackle them.
100%.
So that's what I'm most excited for. I don't get excited about the running back because how many plays is Quinshon? I personally, coming off an injury, I wouldn't play Quinshon in the preseason at all. That's the one position. And I'm not a guy who's like, don't play guys because of injury. But at running back, that's the one position I'm like, I don't need to see him personally.
Right, but he might want to get some hits in. He might just want to feel what it's like to get back out there and be brought to the ground. And figure that whole thing out.
But 2-3 carries maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. Something like that. You just want to you want to be tackled. You want to feel what it's like to play football again.
Okay. That makes sense. As a former player, you come from a good perspective there. That it's easy for me to stay on the outside.
It was always good to get into a preseason game and make a tackle, or run down, kickoff, and just do something that is unlike what because you're not really going that much live in practice anyway.
Right.
Well, these guys are going no periods live, so there's not any tackling at all, and it's like they practice tackling, so you need it.
By the way, the Tigers go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 5th on 10 pitches. So Messick now 5 innings, 3 base runners, 1 run, 5 Ks, 79 pitches. Now I think he could get through 7, which would be big. But let's go. Come on, Guardians. Get the bats going.
You think he'll go 2 more innings?
I think he can go 2. Or he'll unless he has a real, unless he throws a ton of pitches in the 6th. But
they'll let him throw 100.
Yeah, but not really more than that.
Maybe 105.
Yeah, I mean, if there's 2 outs in the 7th inning and he's at 99, yeah, you give him a chance to get that 3rd out. Hopefully, I'll have another efficient 6th inning. Getting back to what you just said there, I think it's interesting. When you make the first tackle of the season, whether it's a preseason game, in college obviously there's no preseason games, but when you make that first tackle, is there just like, oh yeah, that's what it feels like? Is there a moment like that?
Oh yeah. I
Like
mean,
you kind of lose the rhythm
honestly,
of it.
it's kind of like that every single game.
Oh
I mean,
really?
because you're always like a little bit amped up and a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
For the game, and it's not until, at least it wasn't for me. I know a lot of my former teammates feel the same way.
Yeah.
It's not until you have that first actual like contact where you just get dinged up a little bit, or you go down and bust up a wedge on kickoff or kickoff return, and if you're out on defense, you make a tackle, or you come up and you, I don't know. I always used to, probably not smart to call it like this now, but I'd be like, just gotta get the cobwebs out.
Right. I know what you mean. I think that's fine. I think people understand what you're saying there. Yeah. It is interesting. And is there a level, do you think this, I mean, for you, is there like a small part of you when you start a game that you're like scared in a way, or maybe it's more nervous
I was every single game.
Scared or nervous?
I think it's just a little bit of both. I don't think like scared's the right way to put it.
Right.
Because you're not really scared.
Right.
You're just like anxious.
Right.
You're anticipating this big event, and you put in a lot of preparation, and you just like, you kind of just can't wait to get it over with.
It's just a crazy playing football, if you really think about it, which I'm sure you have, and
it's stupid.
It's so crazy. We love it. It's popular. It's the best.
We run into other humans.
It's insane
at the rate of a decent size car crash at speed.
It's really wild if you think about like what's really like how many jobs are you running into people in a violent way? Like there's a couple other sports, hockey to some degree, wrestling.
It's funny, Tatum, my son, who's 13, 8th grader, playing football.
Yeah.
And like he had a pretty good game last night, or a good scrimmage, and he's like, on the line, he's a center, and then he loves to be able to, if it's a run play, he's blocking down the field and just trying to, kind of not like headhunt, but he's looking for dudes to like look little corners to go block. And, it's just like funny to watch him out there because, at home, like I don't want him to be aggressive. Like him and his sister, they fight and bicker all the time, but I don't want them to like actually be physical.
Sure.
I'm like, dude, it's an opportunity for you to go out there and just get the frustration out, man.
Yeah.
All the nasty stuff your sister said to you, picking on you. It's like, go take it out on that dude in the maroon jersey.
She gives him a hard time, huh?
Oh, they're best friends, but they both give each other shit all day long.
Yeah,
They're teenagers.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like he's the baby, so having an older sister who's the boss is like it's got to be tough on him. My older brother was a pain in my what.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. My sister. I mean, I had a younger sister, so she felt that way. She felt I was a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
First 2 batters for the Guardians in the top of the 6th go quickly. 2 quick outs, Rocchio and Quan. So 2 out, nobody on for the Guardians in the top of the 6th with Chase DeLauder at the plate.
I'd almost rather DeLauder just get out so we can start the next inning.
Well, hit a homer.
Jose. Or just hit a home run.
Yeah. Hit a homer. That would be sweet. I mean, he's certainly capable of that. He stole his 8th base of the year last time up. I didn't think he'd be a double-digit stolen base guy, but he's got a chance to do that. But the Guardians are 2 for 19 at the plate so far today. No walks. But here's the bizarre thing. No strikeouts.
They have not struck out at all?
No. The Guardians have put the ball in play all 19 trips to the plate, but only 2 hits, 2 singles, which is bizarre. You'd think if the guy's not striking anybody out.
But each team has an error, by the way.
Each team does have an error, yeah.
There's a hit.
Oh, we got a hit? Oh, you're a little ahead of me.
I'm just watching the Gamecast.
Yeah, that's what I am, too. On MLB?
Yeah.
Yeah, yours is ahead of mine because mine says a 1-1 pitch, and now I see the hit. So DeLauder got a 2-out single. Yeah.
Well, hey, how about a Hosey home run here?
Yeah, I don't think he's hit one since he's come back. And we talked about what Tom Hamilton said the other day, that he doesn't think you're going to see vintage Jose. And he had this similar injury a few years ago, and the rest of the season he was fine, but he didn't hit for power at all after that. But yes, now would be a nice time for his first home run in a while. Chase DeLauder's OPS is up over 800. He, Nate Lowe, and Angel Hanau, who's obviously hasn't had a lot of at-bats, are the only guys over 800 right now for the Guardians. So we'll see what Jose can do here. We'll keep up to date, obviously, with the rest of the game. We're gonna head out, but we'll certainly be watching at home. Hopefully, you will be too. I'll have an Ultimate Guardians show tomorrow morning at 8:30. Zach Meisel and I will recap the series with the Tigers, look ahead to a big weekend series with the Padres, who are playing very good baseball. After that, the Guardians play 3 straight series against the 3 worst teams in baseball. The Giants, the Angels, and the Rockies. They are literally the 3 worst teams in baseball. And they're playing a good team against the Padres, but then 9 straight games against the 3 worst baseball teams. The Guardians really, in their next 10 games, including this one, 13 games, including this one, they need to win 10 games. They need to go 10-3, including this one in the next 13. If they do that, they'll be in great shape.
All right, Jose walked.
All right, little 2-out rally here. Hopefully,
runner in scoring position here.
Yeah, hopefully Nate Logan can get the job done. Until next time, I'm taking a little after the Guardian show tomorrow. I'm taking a little mini vacation until Wednesday. So I don't know what day you're on UCSS next week.
Tuesday.
So you'll be on Tuesday. I'll be on UCSS Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'll be back on the podcast Wednesday next week with Zach Jackson, and Dustin and I will be live Thursday. Things will be changing here soon in terms of the days. Once we get to the start of football season, we'll let you know about that. Until then, thanks to Alex and Rob for producing today. We'll talk to you next time. Where else but right here in the bullpen with Bull and Fox. Brought to you by Bet Rivers. See you, everybody.